Before the internet, before beauty trends and bottled products, they were rituals. Passed from mother to daughter, carried through generations, the Yao women of China have become known around the world for their floor-length hair, often still jet black into their 70s and 80s. Their secret? A fermented rice water method they've used for centuries. Today I'm sharing their traditional recipe, exactly how they make it and how they use it. This video is about honoring the source. No shortcuts, no substitutions unless absolutely necessary, just quiet respect for a powerful ancestral practice. Let's now make a version that is as close to the original recipe as possible with ingredients that you can find wherever you are. Start by rinsing 1 cup of glutinous rice with water and discard the water. I suggest sushi rice or any rice that is naturally very starchy, and this is the kind of rice I will be using. To this, add 3 cups of fresh water. And then cover the rice with an airtight lid or with cling wrap and let it sit until it gets completely cool and the water becomes a little more cloudy and starchy. After it sits for 30 minutes, you now want to wash the rice. Now I like to call this massaging the rice, but the Yao women call it washing the rice. This is where you're going to rub the rice in between your fingertips or in between your palms, whatever way you can use to sort of break the rice up in smaller pieces and release even more of that starch into the water. And you want to do this for 5 to 10 minutes, even 15 minutes, or until the water becomes completely filled like a milk texture to the point that if you were to put your hand or any other material into the water, it would be completely covered, so you want it to be opaque. Make sure that the water is completely cooled. After this, I'm also going to take a small piece of ginger, slicing that into nice thin slices, and also adding it to the water. And to this, you're going to add a few slices of a pomelo peel. Now, pomelo is not in season where I am, and a lot of countries do not have pomelo. So while a lot of people think something close to a pomelo is an orange, the closest thing you can find to a pomelo is actually a grapefruit. So that's what I'll be using. I'll be using some of the peels and slicing them. After this, I'm going to bring it to a boil, and the Yao women believe that boiling it is what helps preserve it. I boiled it and simmered it on a medium-high heat for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I closed the lid and let it cool. The Yao women like to ferment their rice water for 24 to 48 hours in a container that is not airtight to kickstart the fermentation process. So all I did was leave it to cool in the pot with the lid on and let it cool overnight so that the fermentation process could start. The next morning, I poured all the ingredients into a glass jar that can close airtight. You want to make sure that the glass jar is airtight because if there's a lot of air going in, the rice water has a high chance of just going bad instead of fermenting. You want it to ferment, you do not want it to rot. After it's poured in, I close the lid and then I put it in the cupboard and I leave it to ferment for 5 to 7 days. Some families even choose to ferment it for weeks. Now let's talk about how they use it. Once the water is fermented, they actually like to gently warm it so it's not hot, but it's also not cold. The way I chose to warm it is just to add some hot water to the mixture to make a nice balanced mix of warm and room temperature water, which made it nice and warm. And the Yao women also like to dilute their rice water with fresh water. When it comes to application, they like to pour it over their hair while standing over a basin. So what I did was I went and used the jug and poured this rice water all over my hair, let it soak and pour as much as possible into my hair, and then whatever went into the bowl I had in the sink, I also poured all of that over onto my hair to make sure that every part of my hair was exposed to the rice water. They like to do this every 2 to 3 days, but they do have a completely different texture of hair. They also don't use regular shampoos and conditioner, while I use regular shampoo and conditioner, so once a week is perfectly good for me. They like to leave it in their hair as a leave-in treatment, but again, because I have naturally dry, curly, coily hair and they have straight hair that they don't wash often, what I find works best for me is to only leave it in my hair for 20 minutes and then rinse it out. And then I proceed with my wash day as usual and continue with my deep conditioner and my leave-in products as usual, and I continued with my blow dry and kept my hair in the state that I usually wear it in. The result? Hair that grows stronger, it stays darker longer, resists breakage, and stays strong and healthy for decades. If you noticed a stronger or a bit of a sour smell, that's normal because it is fermented. Remember that while rice water is trending, for the Yao women this isn't a trend, it is tradition, and one that deserves to be used with care and consistency. And speaking of consistency, you will only see results if you use it consistently in your routine. Use it at least once a week for 3 to 6 months to see true noticeable results. There's a certain beauty in keeping things simple, in returning to rituals that don't rush, honoring knowledge that has stood the test of time. If this video helped you reconnect with a slower, more meaningful approach to hair care, I'd love for you to subscribe and explore more refined hair care rituals with me. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more methods like this and how you are going to make this recipe your own. If you didn't subscribe in the beginning, consider subscribing now so you don't miss an update the next time I post a video like this one. My membership is also open if you choose to join my membership, where you can get early access to my videos, as well as other perks like priority response and members only videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hope to see you in my next video. Bye.